بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Alhamdulillah, ثم alhamdulillah. Today we're going to cover, inshallah, juz number 13. Juz number 13. Juz number 13 spans two surahs. Surah Yusuf alayhi salam and Surah Al-Ra'd and Surah Ibrahim alayhi salam. So all these surahs start with Alif, Lam, Ra, except the Ra'd start with Alif, Lam, Mim, Ra. So those are the two prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The prophet of Sayyidina Yusuf, the story of Sayyidina Yusuf, and also Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. If you look into, so in the Quran, the way the Quran subhanahu wa ta'ala just, revealed in a span of 23 years, sometimes when he gives us a story of prophets or a story of happening, sometimes he just gives us part of information in this surah and the other information in the other surah, and the tie hold the story together. However, in Surah Yusuf, it's different. Surah Yusuf, the only story mentioned the life of a prophet, Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, from his birth to his death. I mean, if you look into the story of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam with his Bani Israel and Fir'aun, and the story of Sayyidina Ibrahim, the story of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, the story of Noah, just all of them, they were just mentioned more or 3-4 times in different places of the Quran, except Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam, all his life, all his story, just in one chapter. Just one chapter. And also that chapter called Ahsan al-Qasas, the most beautiful story, the most beautiful story to listen to and to reflect into. You call it Ahsan al-Qasas. So as a matter of fact, during the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is one of the Quraysh. He used to tell the story of the emperor of Russia and the emperor of Roman, the emperor of Persian. He was a very good storyteller. After the revelation of the Quran comes, he comes into the Quraysh club and Quraysh gathering, and he started telling them about this, the story of the past, of this emperor or this or that. So he would tell Quraysh who is more better in speech, who is more better in entertainment than the Quran of Muhammad or my speech or his story. So till Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed a story called the best of the story, Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam, to support the message of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So there are many lessons from this to understand and to learn from this story, from the best story or Surah Yusuf. And the very first lesson teaches us, the jealousy among the family members. Jealousy between the brothers of Sayyidina Yusuf and against Yusuf alayhi salam. And also teach us, how members of the family can be sometimes they show some goodness and sometimes they show some evilness, even if they are the children of the Prophet. So all this is Yaqub, their father, alayhi salam, is a prophet. The father of Yaqub, Ishaq alayhi salam, is the prophet. The grandfather of Ibrahim alayhi salam is a prophet. But those the children of the prophets after prophets after prophets. But however, they committed an evil things. So meaning that subhanallah, sometimes shaitan, he whispers into everyone's everyone's mind. Whether you are the son of this prophet or the son of this righteous man or the sons of this sheikh or the son of the man, all can happen to us that we deviate from the, from the righteousness and to commit some evil thing like the brothers of Sayyidina Yusuf, what they have done to him. so that so that you have sometimes also to be careful that when you are a parent, just to also make sure you treat all your children's fairly the same treatment. And we didn't have to have create an jealousy or an uncomfortable situation between you treating one different from the other one, or just create a competition between them to your love. So that's this is a lesson for all of us as as a parents. And remember, saying Yaqub, he's a prophet as well, but also he's just his heart was just leaning toward Sayyidina Yusuf, because he said Yusuf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him something special. The dad's heart just just it was very close to him. So maybe the other brother felt that the daddy not treating them fairly as he treated Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam. So from the beginning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defended the message of the Islam. Alif Lam Ra, tilka ayatul kitab al-mubin. That's Allah talking about the Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defended the Quran and the message of the Islam. And after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, نَحْنُ نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ أَحْسَنَ الْقَصَصِ. So the Quran called it أحسن القصص. We do relate into you the most beautiful of stories, and that we revealed to you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in this Quran. And even if you before this revelation, you know not about it. You know not about it. And the story of Sayyidina Yunus alayhi salam started when he was young, when he was a boy. He saw this dream. His dream, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبتي إني رأيت أحد عشر كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين. So Yusuf told his dad, behold, he told his dad, oh my father, I did see in my dream 11 stars and the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrate themselves to me. So that is a dream. So as soon as Sayyidina Yaqub alayhi salam, he's a prophet of Allah as well, and his father is a prophet, his grandfather is prophet. He knew right away this is a special dream, and Yusuf alayhi salam is going to be a prophet, is going to be a special, special boy. So what he told me, oh my son, that's his father. Yaqub told his father, his son Yusuf, oh my son, my dear little son, do not tell your dream to your brothers. They will plot against you. And the shaitan is to the man almost a clear enemy. He told him, oh my son, do not tell your brothers about your dream. Your brother will plot against you, and they will feel jealousy about you. You will be gonna be special. Looks like you're gonna be a prophet. You're gonna be better than them. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be that. Just do not tell anything till Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Later on, you get into your age and you get your prophethood. So now, the same token. Now, here comes his brother. They felt the treatment of Yusuf alayhi salam by their dad is different. They said, well, we're gonna get rid of Yusuf. Once we get rid of Yusuf, whether we kill him or throw him away or let somebody take him away, then our father's attention will be directed to us alone, the 10 brothers of his. Remember, Yusuf alayhi salam, he has 10 brothers from different mothers, and he has his also the other brother Benjamin and Yusuf from one mother. So the total of Bani Israel, they were 12 brothers. So when Yusuf alayhi salam saw the dream, he saw 11 stars, meaning that 11 of his brothers, they weren't going to prostrate to him, and his father and his mother. So that's the family of Yaqub alayhi salam. So now what the plot happened here, just that he asked, the father, like, hey, could they take care of the sheep? The 10 brothers, they take care of the sheep, they take care of the, and they always, taking care of the field, everything. They are very tough boys. They told their daddy, let Yusuf go with us to the desert tomorrow, and let him have fun. Let him know how to just how to be outside from the house. So because they plot something, they want to get rid of him. So when the daddy plead to them that he's still young, and he was afraid something you are big boys, maybe an evil thing will happen, or maybe a wolf will come and while you are playing or taking care of the sheep, you leave him alone, and maybe a wolf come and snatch him away and kill him. I said, how could we? We are 10 boys, 10 strong boys. We will guard them, and they promised their daddy nothing will happen to him. Guess what? They took off. The daddy agreed to let Yusuf go with them, and as soon they went away to the far off place from the town where they live in, that they made up the plot. They want to kill him, as a matter of fact, but one of them said, do not kill Yusuf, just throw him in the well, unless maybe a caravan will come and take him away from here, and you're not going to see him. And you will be now very close to your dad, and you ask forgiveness, and Allah will forgive you, and you will be a good people after that. They did. And they throw young Yusuf in the well, and when they throw him in the well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent wahi for him. Oh, Yusuf, do not be afraid from what's going to happen to you. You will, one day, you're gonna tell them exactly what did happen, without them even knowing what did happen, meaning that you are under the care of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now the boys, they did whatever they did. They stay late after sunset, and when they went home, they were crying. They told the daddy, we left Yusuf, with our stuff, and while we are playing, just wolf came and snatched him and killed him. And they brought Yusuf's shirt, and they put some blood in it and said, that's the blood of Yusuf in it. So what the daddy did, he's a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knew they did something, but he doesn't know exactly what they did to him. But he said, Sabrun Jamil. So that's the other lesson from the Surah of Yusuf. Sabrun Jamil, Wallahu musta'anu alama. That's sabr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we go through difficulty, when we go through calamity, when we have some bad news, you have sabr. When you have sabr, you have patience, sabr jamil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, will make exit for you, will make a solution for you. Right away, he submit to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he told him, you did whatever you did a crime, and Allah knows exactly what did happen. So he let them, he even just woke up them. They know they did something bad to him. They have no excuse to do that. So now back to Yusuf in the well. There is a caravan came in, and they snatch him out. And what did happen? His brother is still waiting. When they saw the caravan came into the well, they threw Yusuf alayhi salam, and he was alive. And they told him, well, he's one of our slave, and so and so. And just they even sold him with few dinars, what they call it, very cheap a price. And the caravan took him where? To Egypt. And when they sold him in the market of the slave. And guess what? The Aziz, the governor of Egypt at that time, his wife does not even conceive with children. She was a barren. And when he saw Yusuf alayhi salam with his beauty, he he took him, as a gift to his wife. And with his wife saw that young boy with this beauty, with this, told her, let's take him as even as a child for us. Let's take care of him, And he grew up in the palace of the governor of the Egypt at that time, Aziz Masr, and his wife Zulaykha. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says sometimes here comes into when you be loved so much with somebody, like the love of Yusuf alayhi salam to his dad, and the love of the wife of Aziz to Yusuf alayhi salam, put him in trouble. Sometimes too much love just maybe put you in trouble, even without you knowing of that, And that's what had happened. The love of his dad, the love of Yusuf's dad to him, and the love of the wife of the governor of Egypt, that put him in great trouble. His brothers plotted against him to kill him, and now the wife, after he grew up in his, in her palace, she was after him to commit billah, fahisha. When he, just refused that, guess what happened to him? They put him in the jail. So they jailed him for many, few years. Now, but because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught him the interpretation of the dream, when he went to the prison, the two prisoners entered into the prison at the same time with Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam. And one of the prisoners saw he was just giving a glass of wine to his master, and the other one saw there's a bird comes in, and he's carrying a basket of bread over his head, and the bird come in and they snatch the bread out of his head. So they ask Yusuf alayhi salam to interpret the dream for them, their dreams, everyone. And then Yusuf alayhi salam right away, he invited them into the da'wah to the Islam, and he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one taught them the interpretation of the dream, of the vision. He not from his own. This comes wahy to him to tell him what's the meaning of the dream or the interpretation of the dream. And he told him one of you, two of you is going to be saved. He will go back to his master, and he will serve his master wine, or he would get in the position he used to be. And the other one, he said, you're going to be crucified, and the birds will, while you are crucified, they will come and snatch the flesh from your head. And after 3 days, after they left the prison, exactly the way that Yusuf alayhi salam interpreted the dream from happened exactly the same thing. One of them, he was saved. The two of them, they were serving the king at that time, and they tried to kill the king, and they tried to poison the king. So one of them, he admitted that he did it because of the other one, and he never committed the crime. And the other one, he admitted that he tried to kill him, but they failed. So one of them, he was saved. The other one was, just punished for his crime by crucifying him. Now, Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam told the one who escaped, he thought he's going to be safe. Don't just mention me into your master. I've been here, for no crime. They put me in this jail, and nobody come and ask about me. But that guy that man, he just forget. Till the king, he saw a dream. The dream of the king, he saw like 7 healthy, just fat 7 cows, and was eaten, came out from Nile River, and were 7 skinny cows, snatched them and ate them. And he saw 7 kernels of wheat, healthy one, taken down by 7 dried kernel of. So that king, he saw the dream 3 times. He asked everyone to interpret his dream, and he asked all the, all the priests, all the people around him, the one who used to interpret the dreams. No one could could interpret the king's dreams till that man. That's the one who used to be in the prison, and he knew Yusuf alayhi salam. He can't do that. He told the king, let me go. I know somebody, he can interpret your dream. After no one could do it for him. So the king sent the person to Yusuf. Yusuf, he was in prison, and he came to Yusuf. Yusuf told him, hey man, where you been? How come you forget me? He said, I'm really sorry, I forgot everything, because the life he used to live back into his serving the king, and that, he forgot about that. But he told him, the king, he saw so and so, and the people, they are waiting for interpretation for your dream, and no one could interpret the dream for the king. Oh, Yusuf, can you interpret this one for the king and the people, they can know? And Yusuf alayhi salam, right away, he told them about what to do. He told me, you're going to have very good 7 years, and after the very good 7 years, there will come a 7 very famine year. They will wipe out everything you saved for them in the 7 years, and there will be a famine in all the country around it for 7 years. There was no rain, no harvest, nothing. And he told him, go tell the king that I am so and so, and be able to help the king how to recover through the 7 years of the drought. So when the king heard about the interpretation of his dream, he was very happy. So this is the true interpretation for what it said. So he sent to Yusuf to come out of jail, and he want to have him close to him. So when the messenger went back to Yusuf, Yusuf told him, no, I'm not going to leave the message, the prison, till you go tell your master, to your king, what had happened to the woman. They were after me, and they cut their hands, and I was entered into the prison because of their mistake. So when the messenger went back to the king, I told him what Yusuf had demanded for. He said, the king, he sent for all the women, the one they plot against Yusuf, and asked them, tell me the true story, what you have done to Yusuf. And all of them, they confessed. They said, that's our mistake. Yusuf was innocent. He never been after us. We've been after him, and we tried to have a bad relation with him, but he refused. So the king, he was very, very pleased, very happy. He said, now he said that Yusuf is free from putting him into the jail. He went to the jail wrongly, and he promoted Yusuf alayhi salam to the highest position, to be even taking care of his government. He's being Aziz now, exactly the same as his previous boss, because the previous boss passed away, and Sayyidina Yusuf took over. So he became the Aziz and took over the treasure, and about also the agriculture, because he know how to save the wheat and keep in the kernel for 7 years. And he built 7 big reservoirs, year after year after year after year. And they started from year 1. Next year, from the famine, start with next reservoir. And because the year cannot survive, the wheat cannot survive more than 2 years. Otherwise, it will the seeds will be rotten and will be not used. But this is the wisdom of Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam, how to build enough enough reservoirs for each year, its own reservoir, and each year by year he saved Egypt from famine. And even the neighboring countries, they came and asked for the help and for the flour and for the wheat from Egypt. And Egypt at that time, it's when the only country has wheat. All the other countries, they didn't know how to store the wheat in their kernel, except that's the Wahy came to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam and told them how to do it, and he done it very, very well. And at that time, because was in Canaan, where his family and his brother and his dad, they lived there. They have the famine now. They came now hear about Egypt. They have, they have wheat, and they have, and guess what? The 10 brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam came to Egypt and hear about it. And he met with them, and he recognized them, and they didn't recognize him. He himself recognized his older brother because they told him this is from Quran, and he took him, even host them for a few days, and he treated him really nice. And he just now they told him about their names, about their dad, and they didn't know that's his older brother Yusuf, because he was changed, and plus he was the governor of that state, and he had the most powerful figure with all the servant around him and his clothes and his. So now he knew about it, and then when he told him, okay, you seem to be, you have one brother from, he's not from your mother, from your dad's side. Next time, bring him with you. If you didn't bring him with you, you have no, I'm not going to give you no wheat anymore. So they told him, he has all the fathers, so also he, and he loves him a lot, but we'll try. So when he hit Tazwa, they tried with the daddy, and the daddy told him, hey, I'm not going to let him go with you. Remember what you have done to Yusuf, his brother before, because his brother Binyamin, younger than Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam. And finally they plead to him, if we're not gonna, he's not gonna go with us. We're gonna, we're not gonna get any wheat. Our family, they're gonna die. Look what happened. So Sayyidina, Yaqub alayhi salam agreed, but he took covenant, with them that they bring him back, unless they are completely over their, their means, and something happened. So they signed the treaty, they signed the agreement, they gave him the oath, and all of them now went back to Egypt. Now again, Yusuf alayhi salam was waiting for him. He know that his brother is coming right now. So when they came back again, he hosted them again. Now they are 11. Now his younger brother with them. And then he made a trick to keep his brother with him, and in a smart way, he left the instrument they used to just make it as a tool for measure. Put in his brother's what do you call it, his case or his basket, and when they are ready to go, they said, hey, we are losing the king's measure. One of you stole it. None of those brother, they knew, they haven't done it. And say, Yusuf, what is it? It's just a trick to keep his brother with him. And then finally they took it out. He started with his brother's stuff and took it out from the stuff of his brother Binyamin. And they told him, okay, what's the law for you? He said, okay, if one of them found to be, like a thief, you take him as a slave, because they know very well. And plus, this is the law of Sayyidina Yaqub. That is the punishment for when somebody steals something. So anyway, he agreed with that. When they found the tool of the king, his brother's stuff, he said, okay, that's that one that stole our stuff. He's mine now. Now he's the prisoner. We're gonna take him as. And they beg him, and please take one of us. He said no, that's our law, and you agree about it. Now that's his brother. He went back and told his daddy what did happen. The daddy never believed it. They said, this is another crime you have committed. That, but this time he said, even ask the caravan from our neighbors here. We were together and they witnessed what did happen, and to believe us. And then finally they went back to he told them you go back and plead to the governor again or something, to release your brother and to bring him back again. So when we went back, the third trip now they have, now in Yusuf al-Islam told them what they have done and what they did, and they couldn't believe. This is for the past 3 years we deal with our brother Yusuf. Told them the truth. That's what happened, and they admit their guilt. They admit what they have done is wrong. He said, Yusuf, لا تثريب عليكم اليوم. That's it. You go to now. He gave him his shirt. You take it to your dad and put it in my dad's face. He will come back. Just see again and bring all your family and bring everything to Egypt, because he bought a big land state for them in Egypt to stay with him in Egypt. And they did. And when all his father and his stepmother came in and his 11 brothers, when all of them came back to Egypt, he just raised up his parents and all his 11 brothers. They bowed down in sajda for ikram, to greet Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam. And that is the interpretation of Yusuf's alayhi salam dream when he was in. He said, "Oh my dad, this is the fulfillment. Oh my dad, this is fulfillment my dream, exactly as I told you when I was a boy." So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, look, blessed him with a prophethood. Prophet Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi, with the prophethood. Blessed him with to be a king, to be even with the most powerful position in Egypt. And look, he took him from the prison into the highest place, highest prestigious job in Egypt. Look how Allah subhanahu, and also he converted Egypt from worshipping Islam to worshipping the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Convert the Egypt to be Muslims again. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just showed us his mercy when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes care of his prophets, no matter how difficult the difficulty they go through. And this is a lesson to our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No matter how difficult you go through, you will be saved. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on your side. Look what Makkah has done to them. And when they forced them to go out, they punished his followers. They treated him really, really bad, very, very bad. And when he conquered Mecca, what he did, when he opened Mecca again, what he did, victorious, and all Quraysh under his control, exactly what Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam told his brother, لا تثريب عليكم اليوم. No sin in you today, you are free. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Quraysh, no sin for you today, you are free. You go free. Exactly, subhanAllah. Similar answer both for two prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who gave him evil things, the one who mistreated them very, very badly. They treated their people with mercy, with rahmah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the akhlaq of the prophets, the akhlaq of the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah give us tawfiq, may Allah give us. So tonight all the time was spent to the best of the stories, Surah Yusuf, inshallah. And that's why it was just, I want to give it enough time and all the lesson we understood from that. And inshallah, we can keep the surah in our hearts, memorize it. And it is truly is best of the stories. May Allah give us tawfiq, may Allah give us understanding. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا ربنا وعافنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا. ولا نفسنا على القوم الكافرين. عن رمضان مبارك.